are back in Savannah walking. Same day, same 10-mile trip, just finishing out the walk here. Seeing these beautiful, more Victorian style homes, all kinds of different colors. And of course the sidewalks are absolutely gorgeous, and as you can see, the sun came out, we had blue skies, and it was just absolutely gorgeous weather. And the name of Jones Street honors Major John Jones of Liberty County. Jones was an aide to Brigadier General Lachlan McIntosh in his command of the Georgia Continentals during the Revolutionary War Battle of Savannah. Most of Jones Street's buildings date from the 1850s to 1860s. The result is a degree of uniformity of appearance, with brick construction and an assortment of single-family, paired and row houses in the frequently conservative and classically inspired style of the mid-century. Porches, where present, are in many cases later additions, constructed to take advantage of Jones Street's brick paving, which removed much of the dust of Savannah's earlier sandy roads. And here we've made it back to East Bay Inn. We've decided we needed a rest, and so we're going inside to get a rest and change our clothes, and actually started giving Lane and Nancy lessons on lighting, portrait lighting. So here's some experiments we were doing, just showing them what you could do with different types of lighting that was existing already in the room by window light. And of course, we had to have some fun with filters, as you can see here. Well, it was Saturday and Easter, so what can I say? And this young man, we met at the bar where we got complimentary drinks from our hotel from East Bay. So we went down for a complimentary drink, and he was just real nice and started having a conversation while he was waiting on his wife. We're on our way over to Vic's to have dinner, but when we get there, we find out that there's nothing available all evening. So we wound up just doing a few photos and then going to the Pink House. And so here we are at the Pink House, and we wound up not being able to get food there either.
The original dining room, directly above that room, you're going to find the original master bedroom. Now, kitchen and laundry was downstairs in the tavern. That is actually what made the house a mansion back in 1771, was that they actually cooked inside their house. But now, so 1771, this land was granted to James Haversham Sr. by the Crown of England, and then he started production of the house. This is a portrait of him right there as well, if you're interested. Now, he actually never got to live here, unfortunately. He did pass away before everything was finished, but he had 3 children, and so one of his sons and his family lived here. They lived here until 1799, then Mr. Haversham passed away. way. After this, the house sat idle for a few years, but then in 1811 they added 3 new additions to the house. One is going to be our conference room. This is going to be just right across the hall, adjacent to the original dining room there. Now that is where they have like a lot of VIP meetings and things of that sort. They say that they talked about the very first draft of our Declaration of Independence right out here on our front doorstep. Now the other 2 rooms that was added that time is just going to be this room here beside us and then just directly above us. That room, above that, I'm sorry. This addition was actually the first federal bank in Georgia when it was added in 1811. Now in all these rooms you will find original fireplaces, original stone molding. We do have all 3 vaults in the house, and you can actually dine in our tavern. It's now our wine cellar. When you come out of that vault there to the right, you're going to also see a dummy waiter that was inspired by Thomas Jefferson himself. Then in 1992, that is when the William Baelish family took over and they started production of Old Pink House, the restaurant. Now they are also the ones that decided they did not want to paint the house anymore. So they actually got the color inducted to the color registry in Paris. So you all can go back to California and paint the house the same color as Pink House, which is Jamaican pink if anyone is curious. In 2008, that is when they added the last 2 additions to the house. Now both of these rooms are going to be upstairs. The first one is what we call the study. That room is done out of all refinished hardwood pine that came from an 18th century farmhouse in North Carolina. It does have like a little terrace adjacent to it on the outside. And then we have our grand ballroom, which is my favorite room in the whole house. It is absolutely gorgeous. But a lady, she came here from France. She went around and took all these like low country nature pictures from here to South Carolina. She came back here and hand painted everything on the walls. But then it has like this iridescent background and they have all these crystal chandeliers hanging up. So no matter where you're sitting when that light hits, there's a sunset in the pictures. Huh. It's gorgeous.
Now what year was that?
2008.
Okay.
Now that is the most renovated room because that is where ballroom. Yes ma'am. You're going to be upstairs at the very back of the house. It is the most renovated room in the house because that is where the fire happened back in 2018. So that room was complete ash. And it's all been redone, but it's redone the exact way that it was before.
So this is the upstairs ballroom that she was speaking of. No, go right ahead. So we actually wound up having dinner at a place called Tubbys. This is the balcony from up at the top, looking out over the river, and this is Julie. We met Julie and Garrett while we were sitting up here. They were a really, really nice couple. We started having a conversation, and they offered to be our tour guides for the evening. There's Nance getting a few pictures. So Garrett and Julie told us about this live show that was similar to Cirque du Soleil, so that's what we're watching here. stunning outfit, wouldn't you say? So Garrett gave us his telephone number and told us to call him, and he would come down and get us and take us up to the Electric Moon. This is in the JW Marriott Hotel. So here we are at the top floor at the bar, and this is outside of the bar looking out over the river. It's very beautiful. So we were told one of the really fun things to do is slide down the slide. So you saw Nancy sliding down the slide, and then they had this thimble looking thing that you ride.
She's running her alley. Okay, you try it again.
And here we're still in the lobby at JW Marriott, just looking at all the beautiful art that they have in here. It's amazing. And there is a full-size brontosaurus. That's what this is. We were like, could not believe how cool this place was. And these are full life-size men up near the ceiling. Lane kept saying, "Oh, those men are looking right at me," and she thought it was a little creepy. Here we're still in the JW Marriott, and we're wandering around exploring, and we find this really cool bar. And yes, those are full-size ostriches. And we'd sort of lost Garrett and Julie, and guess what? We found them here in this bar having a couple of drinks. There he is. And this is a funny thing that happened when one of us went to the bathroom. There was a dollar fell in the toilet. And of course, here's Lane in the shower, but you gotta have fun things on a trip. And there she's emptying the water in the shower.